Oh boy. I just wanted to get a quick live stream in, or however long it lasts. Just analyzing that fight, both of the fights. You know, well, if you watched ESPN, I mean, if it was you got your money's worth. It was you saw two cool fights. You saw the development of Shakar Stevenson. Shakar Stevenson, for what it was worth, he did great in that fight. He did what people wanted to see out of him, because I was really worried about Shakar Stevenson, due to his inability to get opponents out of there. But now it looked like he's growing into his body. He's growing into his power. So now you may see things start to take off for Shakar Stevenson. We already know the politics of boxing. If you look a certain way, you have to only get knockouts. And then again, if you knock the person out, they'll say the person you knocked out is a nobody. So I'm already hearing the excuse making for Bud Crawford about, oh, he fought a dude with one leg. And we know what group of people is, we know what group of people is, basically trying to dismiss Bud Crawford's victory. And I think sometimes in boxing, the misconception is that every fight is supposed to end in knockout. And based off the opponent you fight, you supposed to knock that opponent out. Sometimes it don't work that way. Just because the dude didn't knock the person out or he stopped the dude late doesn't mean that the so-called dude that everybody is saying he can't beat will beat him. Boxing don't work like that. Because if that's the case, Marvin Hagler, he went to a decision with Roberto Duran. Thomas Hearns knocked out Roberto Duran in 2 rounds, but then Marvin Hagler knocked out Thomas Hearns. So, we get just like the same thing with Manny Pacquiao knocking Ricky Hatton out in 2 rounds. And Floyd knocked Ricky Hatton out. I can't remember what round he knocked him out in, but Floyd stopped Ricky Hatton first. That ain't an interpretation. That doesn't mean book it that dude that knocked somebody out earlier than somebody else means that dude is going to win the fight. I'm telling you, boxing don't work like that. I thought Crawford fought exceptionally well. At best, going into the 12th round, you could say Benavidez. It would be generous to say that he won 3 rounds. I had Bud clearly winning that fight going into the 12th round, into the stoppage. Bud should have won that fight 10 rounds to 2 on everybody's scorecard, if at the very least. The very least. Benavidez at times he would land some shots. His height bothered Bud at first, but then Benavidez spent too much time trying to counter Bud, and that was just a big mistake. And Bud proved that he could fight a lot of different ways. He could brawl, he could box, he could do it all. So it was a exceptional performance by Bud. I think we're not giving him the credit he deserves. Well, I just think he wanted to. I think Bud always had it in his intentions to stop Benavidez, and he got him up out of there. You seen the 12th round? He just took off. He landed that uppercut that Benavidez didn't see coming, and that was pretty much it. All this shit about like Bud is trying to turn Bud into Julian Jackson, oh, well, he should have stopped him earlier in the fight. Like, that doesn't mean nothing. It has no merit. It has no weight. He got the knockout. He won. You mean to tell me he didn't prove he was one of the best fighters on the planet in a fight that he pretty much dominated? I want somebody to sit up here with a straight face and tell me that Benavidez won more than 3 rounds in that fight. Because he didn't. Half of the fight he spent sitting up with his hands up in the air, waiting for Bud to do something. Upset. Look, listen, I don't know who you is, but if you trying to turn this into a Errol Spence sack hugging contest, I'm not even finna engage in that because I'm not doing that no more. I'm trying to keep it mutual. I'm trying to keep it like fair and square. I'm not finna turn it to no for real. I'm not finna turn this into the Errol Spence show. So I'm letting you know that right now. So if you here for that, you need to go somewhere else. Yeah, Dion, I'm kind of tired of this, man, because people need to stop taking something and running with it. And now you see, dude, why Bud Crawford don't talk to certain people, because people took his words and twisted it. They asked the man who he want to fight next. He said, I will fight anybody. He said, bring him on. And then he said, that's up to Bob Arum to put him in the ring with me. Manny Pacquiao, when you ask him who he want to fight, it's up to my promoter. He said, I want everybody. When somebody say they want everybody, they say they want everybody. Why do they have to say a dude specific? No, name. Oh, if you feel I came at you like I have to, because I get kind of tired of this stuff now. Yeah, I believe Terrence Crawford. I've said that from the gate that he has a chance to beat Errol Spence. I said it on my last podcast that I see some things that he can exploit in Errol Spence. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I don't mean to come at you like that, because I'm just looking at this shit like it just turned into a I don't want to do that. I don't want to. I mean, like I said before, a lot of people then took this mythical sparring session with Floyd Mayweather and turned it into Errol Spence's is Jesus and all that kind of stuff, and touching you shall be healed. I mean, it's just like it just get to the point to where it get exhausting, because like I said, the Bud said, hey, I'll fight anybody. And then once again, he did an interview with Boxing Ego. He said, I will fight anybody. And then let's be honest. Errol Spence didn't flat out call Bud Crawford out in his last post-fight interview. He was talking about fighting other PBC fighters. And then all of a sudden, after the Sean Porter Danny Garcia fight, then they asked him about it. Then he started talking. He called out Sean Porter. So that's what I don't like. I try to keep this shit balanced. Errol Spence has not officially called out Bud Crawford. Now, let's see what he says in his next fight. What I don't like is people quick to jump on Bud Crawford because whatever the case may be. But now you see why Bud Crawford have issues sometimes with the media. Now you see why Bud don't talk to certain people. Because people did twist his words. People is literally twisting his words. The man said he'd fight anybody. But now you see why Bud don't interview with certain groups of people. And because of that affects me. Because people are taking his words and twisting it. The very thing he accused people of doing. The man said 2 times. He said in an interview with Boxing Ego, I'll fight anybody. If Bob put him in the ring with me, I'll fight him. And then what's the use of calling out Errol Spence and we know the fight ain't gonna happen next? That's the point that I'm trying to make. What's the use of calling out Errol Spence and we know damn well the fight ain't gonna happen next? So for real, what's the use? When he say he gonna fight anybody, he'll fight anybody, and I believe that. I did a podcast with Fred, and once again it turned into the Errol Spence show. So I mean, for real. I think we interpret things the wrong way. I heard him flat out say, when they asked him, who do you want next? He said, I will fight anybody. Bring them all. I want big fights. Do I have to make a video? Do I have to make a video like debunking that? Well, AKA, what's the use of calling Errol Spence out and we know damn well that fight ain't happening next? Do you want to get caught up in this Manny Pacquiao Floyd Mayweather Part 2 shit again? Do you want to be sitting up going through this for the next whatever year and a half, 2 years until the fight actually happen? Or let these dudes go their separate ways until they actually sit down at a table and they have a press conference announcing the fight? No, I don't want to. I don't have a stomach for that no more, and I don't want to do that no more. Well, unfortunately, JT, you gonna see that fight, so it's gonna happen. So you might as well just prepare yourself, because that fight is going to happen. Because I mean, all the time you got all these dudes calling people out, and then the fight's not getting made anyway. Yeah, that's exactly what they need to do. Fight on until it's actually a sit down. Because I don't want to sit up here like making a whole bunch of videos saying that Bud Crawford didn't call. I mean, I'm not finna be on no shit like that. You are, like I say, AKA, you a smart man. It ain't no use calling the man out, and we already know that fight ain't happening next. Like I keep saying, Errol Spence, he need to keep fighting. Bud Crawford need to keep fighting. Bud already said that he gonna fight at least 3 times next year. So Bud is pretty much done for the year. I doubt very seriously if Bud gonna fight again. But what Bud need to keep doing is like fighting everywhere. Hey, what's up, Swab House? That's exactly what Bud need to keep doing. Keep fighting. Build up his resume. Stay at that 147. Well, Bud already just said he'll fight PBC fighters. Now, this is where Bob Arum and Todd LaBeouf come in. They said they didn't call Al Haymon, so I'm not going to get into a who's lying, who's telling the truth, but they need to get Al Haymon on the phone. They need to try to get some fights made. But hey, what's up? You entitled to your opinion? Hey, what's up? You are entitled to your opinion to the fullest. Straight up. But I don't. Yeah, that had a lot to do with it too. Yeah, AKA, actually it did. It did. It had a lot to do with it. All that's next for Bud and Bob Arum is to see, can they get these meetings set up with Al Haymon, to see can they put somebody in the ring with Bud, a suitable opponent. You know. Cause the Cold War shit, the turf shit, that gotta end. Bob said he can strike deals with Al Haymon. Okay, well, let's strike some deals. Let's see. I mean, to be honest with you, I do believe that they can get some of those PBC fighters on ESPN, because PBC once had a deal with ESPN. Now, I think some of these fights with PBC fighters and Bud Crawford, if it come to it, it may be a purse bid, but at the end of the day, it could get to the point to where ESPN will just put up the money for the fights. It just depends on who it is. Yeah, I don't want to see no more pump faking either. I just want to see these. I just want to see these dudes fight, keep fighting until the negotiations is final, and then we announcing the fight, because it ain't no use, aka for the next year and a half, to be talked about. Oh, when is this? They gonna do this? When is so and so gonna do this? Even Errol Spence know behind the scenes he ain't fighting Crawford next. I never said that. I never said that I had Crawford over Spence, and I never said I had Spence over Crawford. I said I'm like Andre Ward. I think it's a 50-50 fight. I've said this from the gate, and that's my stance on the fight. I believe that there are some things that Crawford could prevent to Errol Spence that Errol Spence hasn't seen before. I mean, I know he knocked out Kell Brook and everything, but let's just face the fact: Kell Brook don't have the movement, and he didn't have the net. He had somewhat of the power, but he didn't have the movement and the all-around skill set that Bud has. I've never said that. I've never said that that was gonna be an easy fight for Errol Spence or an easy fight for Bud Crawford. It's gonna be a competitive fight. Whoever comes out on top. I don't see Bud dominating. I don't see Bud dominating Spence, and I don't see Spence dominating Bud. Both fighters gonna have their moments. I'm giving you an honest. I'm giving you an honest answer. I don't know who's gonna win that fight, but what I'm trying to say is I don't think Errol Spence gonna have his way with Bud Crawford like people think he is. Well, most people, well, like I said before, like I told Fred, the smart money would be on Spence, because Spence been campaigning at 147 his whole career. Yeah, but don't think for a second that Bud don't have a chance, because keep in mind, Bernard Hopkins moved up and he beat Antonio Tarver in a fight that a lot of people thought Antonio Tarver was going to dominate Bernard Hopkins. I know people going to say, well, he had just got through filming a movie, but nevertheless, Bernard Hopkins won that fight. Nobody believed that Sugar Shane Mosley could move up 2 weight classes and fight Oscar De La Hoya in that first fight. And Shane moved up and he pulled it off. So that's the point that I'm trying to make. I believe both of them are special fighters. Both of them got dog in them. Both of them do. What I'm saying, Errol Spence has had success against dudes that against dudes that stand right in front of him. I've yet to see Errol Spence dominate a dude that can move around, switch angles, and throw punches from and give a whole bunch of different looks. That's the problem. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Errol Spence is going to have a problem with that. Crawford's movement is going to bother him. He's going to have to try to figure out. He's going to have to figure out what to do against Crawford's movement and his angles. I've been trying to say this for the longest. Well, Lauren, there you go. See, that's the misconception. It don't matter about how somebody gets somebody out, whether somebody gets somebody out of there early. It's about the mentality, and it's about your strategy for the fight. It's all about you taking more chances. Some people don't want to come in there and get a dude out of there right away. That don't suit their style. Some dudes like to break a dude down. That's what I'm trying to say. Everybody not like, guns away, guns blazing. That's how Errol Spence is. He attack, he attack, he attack. Crawford likes to systematically break you down. Well, Floyd was the best fighter in the world, and he was going 12 rounds with everybody. What do that mean? I mean, what, what? Yeah, I mean, what do him not like knocking a dude out in 12 rounds mean? I mean, he got the dude up out of there. He dominated the fight. Was a Campo a no? I mean, was a Campo a world beater? And then before that, Lamont Peterson, it got knocked out by Lucas Matisse. Well, when you fight a taller fighter, you always have to try to figure out a way how to like get inside and break them down. That's just normal. But if you look at the fight, Crawford, like I said, Crawford dominated the whole. Crawford won every round after the sixth round. I mean, that's how boxing works. You got to figure people out. I mean, that's what boxing is about. You have to adjust to who you fighting. You can't go in there and think you can knock everybody out. I'm just saying if that I'm just saying if you going by knockouts, I mean I'm just saying. What's up, man? Yeah, styles. Well, that's what I'm trying to tell you. It's people's fighting styles, man. Everybody ain't just because, like I said, Crawford like knocked the dude out in 12, and Errol Spence might have got him out of there in 6 rounds or whatever. That's Errol Spence's fighting style. I mean, if Spence your favorite fighter, that's fine. I mean, keep in mind Crawford is this is his second fight at welterweight. He adjusted, and that was a good dude to put in front of him, a taller fighter. Sometimes you have to think in the ring instead of like going off instinct. Like I'm gonna just go in there and try to knock that dude out, because that's how you get knocked out. You have to fight every opponent different. And that's why they call it ring IQ. Your IQ in the ring on how you gonna figure out how to beat this dude. It ain't, like I said, it ain't about like, well, I'm gonna fight him how I fought the last dude. Because if you have that mentality, that's how you end up losing. I mean, George Foreman thought Muhammad Ali was Joe Frazier, and he tried to fight Muhammad Ali the same way that he fought Joe Frazier, and then basically Muhammad Ali used his ring IQ. He outsmarted him, and he ended up like stopping him. He made George Foreman punch himself out, and basically the rest is history. You know what happened after that. I was watching the whole fight, and I was just seeing, like I said, Benavides. After the sixth round, you started to see his wheel go away. it got to the point to where all he was trying to do was, oh, I'm gonna try to get Crawford to come in so I could set him up and try to land something to get him out of there. And Crawford was too smart for that. Terrell Williams to be in prison. Dude, who talking about to hey, I could tell this dude right here, this some white dude using a black avatar. Where the fuck did Terrell Williams come in place? We ain't even talking about him. So I could tell this is some troll of shit using a black avatar shit, but let me see, can I get rid of him right quick? Okay. Yeah. All right. There you go. Now, we ain't doing that today. We ain't doing that today. So his ass is gone. Tank, as far as Tank go, him and Errol Spence's boys, so I expect that Tank need to worry about staying out of jail and stop like getting in incidents where he get accused of slapping hookers and strippers and all that type of shit. But it's expected. That's how you do. You know, you ride for your fam, you ride for your boys. So I ain't really like paying attention to that. That comes with the territory. You know, in most cases, that's what you're supposed to do. Errol Spence and him is cool with each other. They all PBC fighters. So, you know, but for him to say that Terrence Crawford ain't better than Lomachenko, that was kind of weak. That was kind of weak. Terrence Crawford is miles above Lomachenko. Lomachenko barely won his last fight. He was on the verge of losing this fight. Like I said, Terrence Crawford won at least until the stoppage. He was on his way to winning 10 out of 12 rounds. So Lomachenko, like I said, he damn near got knocked out in his last fight, and he was getting his ass beat certain parts of that fight. Yeah, I'm working on the monkey wrench thing, but I gotta start like doing live streams from my computer. I keep forgetting to go buy me a new computer, so like, you know, I'm still using my phone, but I am gonna start throwing monkey wrenches to a lot of people. So that is going to happen. So because I mean, I even listened to the interview, like Dre was saying, like he broke it down beautifully about the fight. Yeah. Well, maybe Benavides is just a little bit better than what we thought he was. You know, sometimes when you get an opportunity like that, sometimes you're gonna try to take advantage. I do think the first couple of the first 4 rounds of the fight, Benavides was there to win. He actually thought he could win, but then after the 6th round, it was pretty much all Bud. Bud proved he was the better fighter. He proved that he was the superior fighter. He proved he was the smarter fighter. He proved he was the stronger fighter. I keep trying to tell you, Bud was a championship wrestler in high school. Well, I mean everybody. I mean everybody get hit with a punch they didn't see coming. Everybody get buzzed because, like I said, Keith Thurman got buzzed against Collazo. Keith Thurman got a body shot by Sean Porter, by the wrestler. So I mean, if we gon', I mean, come on. And I mean, if you go by that, I mean, the Campo landed a punch that like froze Errol Spence like for a minute, but Errol Spence got right back to work. So I mean, if we really going put emphasis on that, man, we missing the whole point about boxing. Everybody go get hit flush in their career. Like I keep saying, Floyd got hit flush by Shane Mosley like twice in the fight. Floyd, after the second round, he beat the living shit out of Shane Mosley. He did everything but stop him. Floyd got buzzed by Chop Curley, who ended up winning that fight. Floyd, for the first 3 rounds, was Zab Zuda. Had a little bit of trouble. What happened afterwards? Floyd took over. So, I mean, if we gonna base emphasis, oh, well, he got buzzed. He got hit with a body shot. Oh, it's a wrap. I mean, come on, man. Is that that's what we doing now? Yeah, what's up? That's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying, Jimmy. So somebody land one good shot. Oh, it's a wrap now. I mean, come on, man. Larry Holmes got put on his ass by Ernie Shavers. He was all but knocked out, but he got his ass back up and won the fight. Hey, what's up, D-Rec, man? What's up, bro? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So because somebody, okay, well, like I said, if that's the case, then Keith Thurman definitely gonna lose if he fight Crawford. Oh well, you know, Collazo landed that great body shot. Oh well, it's a wrap then. We can't go we can't go that route. You don't want to go that route. That's the point that I'm trying to make. Everybody get hit. I mean, shit. If that's the case, and then I can flip it. Watch that fight. Watch that fight with Ernie Shavers and Muhammad Ali. Man, he hit Muhammad Ali with some shit that, like, I think single handedly gave him Parkinson's disease, but he still ended up winning the fight. So I'm just saying, everybody get buzzed. Muhammad Ali got put on his back by a no name white guy, and he still ended up winning the fight. So what does that mean? He still became a Hall of Fame fighter, and that dude was a nobody. So I'm come on, people. Let's not say come on, we better than that. Nah, it didn't have nothing to do. No, it just he just landed. He landed a good shot. It don't matter like how you land the punch he landed. I'm just saying everybody get hit. Everybody get hit. Everybody get hit. That's why it's called. That's why it's called boxing. That's why it's called prize fighting. It don't matter how. You know what I'm saying. It don't matter who you fight. Every once in a while, you gonna get touched up. And you gonna have that one dude that's going every once in a while that you didn't expect to be as good as you thought he was. It happens. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Thurman still is undefeated. Bud is still undefeated. Spence is still undefeated. Yeah, I did a debate with Fred, and he think that Keith Thurman could beat Bud Crawford. Well, I gotta see it. I don't know what the hell is going on with Keith Thurman. I'm wondering if we ever gonna see the dude. This is one thing about Keith Thurman. This was a fight he should have had his eye on. Well, you can agree to disagree. And as I said before, I didn't watch Errol Spence fight a lot, and I didn't see some things that Bud could do against Errol Spence. I'm fine with everybody's opinion about Errol Spence, man. I'm just voicing my opinion, man, and that's all I'm doing. I just see the fight. I see it as more so leaning towards Errol Spence because of his experience at 147. But I do think Bud can pull it off. I'm not finna sit up here and sensationalize everything Errol Spence do. The thing is with Keith Thurman, everybody is wondering what Keith Thurman gonna do. Is he gonna like finally let us know? Do he plan on continuing fighting or not? Yeah, y'all already know that. Like Brook is come forward. He doesn't, move side to side. He has cement feet. He does his best work, like countering, standing, like trading with you and getting off first. He's not gonna move like Bud. He's not gonna throw punches going backwards. He's not gonna like have what you call a balanced up and down attack. So yeah, I see things that Bud can do different. Versus that's the thing. I see a lot of things Bud can do different. And keep in mind, man, keep in mind, Kell Brook, like I said, he already, you know what I'm saying, he already had a fucked up eye, but like I said, he went through with the fight and Errol Spence beat him fair and square. Errol Spence got him up out of there. And that's what I'm saying. I'm not one of them dudes that's always fooled by, yeah, I'm just not one of them dudes that's always fooled by knockouts. When have you ever seen Errol Spence, I mean, excuse me, Kell Brook that light on his feet? He's not. Kell Brook is a big dude. He a big wide dude. He don't have the length. That's another thing. He don't have the length that Bud Crawford had. Bud Crawford got long arms. After he took a fight after he went up 2 weight classes and fought a dude he shouldn't have had no business fighting. And keep in mind, Kell Brook is a UK fighter, so I mean, I'm just keeping it. I'm just keeping it honest. I mean, I'm just keeping it honest. Real talk. What's up, man? Nah, I'm not making no excuses for nobody. I'm just telling the truth. Yeah, Brook got more power, probably a little bit more, but you got to remember, power also comes on how you place your punches. I don't think he had much power in his jab, but like when Brook hit you like straight forward, like he was like hitting Sean Porter with all those straight right. See, Buzz power is deceptive. See, sometimes the way he throw his punches, like he could throw that straight right and then hit you with that uppercut. Benavides was history, and he didn't even land it all the way. Those kind of punchers, them the dudes that shock certain fighters. Bud ain't never been a one punch knockout dude. He one of them dudes. He just break you down and just start like and just take away your will. Because to be honest with you, Errol Spence ain't even a one punch knockout dude. He just like basically break you down with those body shots. Both of those dudes are breakdown fighters. They break you down. And it's the same thing. Now, I'll tell you a dude who got power and then he break you down at the same time. That like Jared Hurd is a dude that got power and he started breaking you down. Once he started getting going, hitting you like with two piece combinations in a row, you start to feel that shit. Yeah, but keep in mind that's what I'm saying. He had already had broken Bondu down. Most people attack the body to break down. Like if you attack the body, the head gonna usually fall. And keep in mind, Bud was breaking down Benavides' body. Because most of the time when you fight those Mexican dudes, you want to like break down their body before you start hitting them upstairs. And then like, hey, in the 12th round, boom, got him. Cause I'm gonna tell you right now, like when you keep hitting people when you keep hitting people in the ribs and shit, when they start breathing hard, even if you don't break their ribs, they start breathing real hard and shit. So then it open up, they trying so hard to protect their ribs and shit. Then next thing you know, their face become open. Then you can start hitting them when you hitting them with body shots to the rib. Then next thing you know, their face come open. Then you can start jabbing them. Then you can start hitting them with hooks. Then you can start hitting them with counter rights. So I always like thought that as a fighter, you should try to break down the body. And that's what Bud did. He had a balanced attack. The fight between them two dudes is gonna come down. I think that fight between Bud and Spence is gonna come down to the last, like really it's gonna come down to the last 4 rounds. Like who did the most damage, who didn't impose their will, and who didn't have the best game plan. What's up? But as far as what's next for Bud, I have no idea what he gonna do next. But I do feel that it's time, like, man, it's time to come to the table, man, and fight some of these PBC fight. I do feel like Bud is gonna have to, at certain parts of the fight with Errol Spence, he is gonna have to like take some risks. He gonna have to establish himself early. Well, most people don't see Crawford winning. I keep saying that he have a chance. And I hear people say that Spence spars with cruiserweights. Well, I done heard the same thing about Bud. Like I keep saying, I don't really like trip too much off of the sparring stuff, but it's okay. Everybody feel like Errol Spence is gonna win the fight. I keep telling you the smart money is supposed to go on Errol Spence. Well, we don't know who on we don't know exactly who Errol Spence spars. I just hear he spars cruiserweights and the Chalos, and I mean it is what it is, man. But the thing is with Errol Spence, until he get these people in the ring with him, we ain't gonna never be able to evaluate like him where he should be as a fighter. I keep saying that it's out of him and Crawford who's the best fighter on the planet. I don't know why people keep missing that point. And then it seems like people get mad when I say that somebody has a chance against Errol Spitz. No, I'm just saying it. Why do every time I say something different, they got to turn it to the people get like upset because I say that somebody has a chance against Errol Spence, and that's all I'm saying. And it always turned it to somebody getting emotionally attached and upset. I'm just saying Bud has a chance to win the fight. Why is it that every time that I say something different in regards to Errol Spence, it turned into a hate fest, or I'm just like I said, I don't think Errol Spence should fight Canelo, and I said that it would be absurd for Errol Spence to try to fight somebody like Jarrett Hurd. Jarrett Hurd is fucking 6 feet 1.5, and he walk around at maybe 185 pounds. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying, stop it with the Superman shit. That's it. That's the point that I've been trying to make, Carla, for the whole time. Every time I do a live stream, people try to make it seem like, and that be pissing me off, that people try to make it look like it's a personal attack against Errol Spence and shit. I don't roll like that. I love Errol Spence to death as a fighter and a man, for real. But I'm just saying, that's the point that I've been trying. Jared Hurd, Jared Hurd may not ever get to fight for a WBC belt after January. Because Jared Hurd like rehydrates and weight a lot, so he may never get to fight for a WBC title because come January 1st, they gonna have an official day of the fight weight. I gotta see what I want to see. I want to see the reason why I want to see Errol Spence fight somebody similar to Bud is I want to see how he can handle a dude that don't stand right in front of him, that switch angles and throw punches. I want to see how Errol Spence can adjust to that. Yeah, that's all I've been trying to tell people. I'm just saying sometimes, like, I'm just trying to tell people sometimes people get, based off what didn't happen at 147. I think people that turned Errol Spence into and I'm not gonna say black Jesus because Jesus was black anyway, but what I'm saying is they didn't turn him into the black Incredible Hulk to where they're to where he could beat anybody. And no, that's not true. And because when I heard people said, "Oh, Errol Spence could take Jarrett Hurd," I was like, "Is you guys out of your fucking mind? Like, Jarrett Hurd, is you out of your fucking mind?" Well, that's the next thing coming. That's when I heard people saying that he could go up to 154 and beat Jarrett, I was like, okay, hey, I want you to bet. I want you to bet the deed to your house on that fight. If you for real, give me bet the deed to your house, and then when I come pick up the keys to your house, I'm gonna be shaking my head. Don't get ridiculous. That's all I'm saying. Don't get ridiculous with it. For real. Anybody for real. Don't I just stood next to Jarrett Hurd. Would I say Jarrett Hurd is big as fuck? I just stood next to that dude. And he ain't no damn 5'11 neither. Because I'm 5'11. He ain't no fucking five. Jarrett Hurd at best is 6 feet, 6 feet 1.5. And like I said, walk around at 185, 190. And that's another thing that one LBZ didn't see Jarrett Hurd. And me and the one LBZ pretty much the same height. So how the fuck is Jarrett Hurd 5'11 and he so, so that man, yeah. When I be hearing people talk like that, see, that's where we get. I mean, that's where we get lost. Cause, like I say, the dude is a bad motherfucker, man. But let's not start talking about Deontay Wilder and all those type of dudes like Uslick and all that. Let's not, like, for real. Let's not do that. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. I don't know where they get that shit. Jarrett Hurd was listed at 5'11. That nigga is not no 5'11. Yeah, I'm just asking everybody to calm down because I don't want it to get to the point to where we saying some stupid shit like you know that he could have beat Muhammad Ali and all that type of shit and Mike Tyson. So, but I'm pretty sure those videos is coming. So Demetrius Andrade, I've never seen him in person, but I could tell he over 6 feet. Nah, Boo Boo was tall. Boo Boo was he tall. He about 6'1", 6'2". He tall. Because that Hey, what's up, Joe? I mean, he did what he needed to do. He got the dude up out of there, man. I mean, that's sometimes, man, sometimes you just want to box, man. Sometimes you want to get your rounds in. That's that's what I'm trying to tell people, man. Sometimes you want to get your rounds in, man. Just like like right now, like with Joey Spencer and shit, like he just started fighting and shit, and he getting guys out of there too early, man. You as a boxer, you still want to get your rounds in, man. You want to get used to like going rounds of shit. Because if you knock everybody out in the second round, and when you get a dude that actually can, maintain the shit, and you go into the later rounds, you start to like lose confidence and you get a little confused and shit, and then sometimes you may lose win and shit. You know what I'm saying? You should always condition yourself to go the distance. If you fighting a 4-round fight, you should go condition yourself for a 4-round fight. Same thing for a 6-round fight. You don't want to get knockout happy. You know what I'm saying? I think that was the key in why Julian Jackson, you know what I'm saying, had trouble with certain type of fighters and shit, because he always was knocking motherfuckers out and shit. And he never conditioned himself to like go 12 rounds. And that's why sometimes he would end up getting knocked out. That's why every time guys like Julian Jackson fought, the funny part about Julian Jackson, he lost like 5 or 6 times. All his losses, he got stopped. One, he was a headhunter, and he never really tried to box because he felt that he could always knock everybody out. Yeah, shit. I do think Errol Spence got a chance against Venom though. So I mean, it is what it is. Hey, hey, L, hey, I'll be back later on tonight. I gotta go to sleep because I gotta go to work. But L, hit me like in about 10 minutes, man, before I go for my jog, man.